It appears I've gone live. And already I don't like this lighting situation. There we go. I don't even know if I've gone. You. Hello and welcome to the new normal. Crossed out. It's the midnight normal, everybody. It's midnight Greenwich Mean Time, so if there's anyone in that time zone watching, if you're in London or Canary Islands, I don't know where else, Scotland, Ireland, hello, happy midnight. Sorry, the Bastille Day there. 7 p.m. on the east coast of the United States, 4 p.m. here in Los Angeles, California, sunny and hot. You could probably hear my air conditioning blasting away. That's why I'm a little warmer and I got my hair up and out of my way. And yeah, so why did I do this? The show normally comes out at noon. Yes, perfect. I'm my own My Little Pony doll. So my Bluetooth speaker going off. It's going to play a little music, but I don't feel like it. So I don't know if anyone's going to join me today, and I'll probably archive this. So I'll probably try to make this a bit entertaining. I'm a little under the weather today, kind of tired, but yeah, it's Monday, July 13th, and I started almost 2 months ago, May 15th. Shut up. With a little daily YouTube series, which I also put up here and on Instagram, here on Facebook, and it's called the Noon Normal, and we've been hearing the phrase "the new normal" all the time, and I thought, well, that's a funny little niche. What if I talk about a different aspect of the new normal every day at noon and call it the Noon Normal? And then the stupidity of the wordplay of the title kind of led me down a little cul-de-sac, and I made the first episode on a Friday, and it was kind of a joke that it was not about the new normal at all. It was just a lame little introduction. And then it's turned into this strange, I use the lowercase a, art piece. It's a thing that, spoiler alert, don't watch any more of this if you think knowing about the series is going to ruin it for you. But to date, I have done very little talking about the new normal. I've expressed it, though, because the on-camera me is going through some tough times, and you see him cracking under the pressure. But it's been really fun, and so I took this idea, which is a nice way for an unknown comedian to reach out to people they don't know. Hey, the common experience we're all going through, right? That part of my idea was smart. And then I threw it under the passing steamroller of my own stubborn need to make things interesting for myself. And and now the only way people are going to enjoy the show is if they enjoy my shtick. But I like my shtick. I think a lot of people like my shtick. So, and this is, to call it shtick, it's not the same thing every time. You could start at number 1. There's 33 episodes up until today. This is number 34. This isn't really an episode. This is something else. You could start at the first one, and then skip around. Drop the needle in different tracks on the record, if you will, and you will see that it is crazy, and it's like a comic strip. I came to realize that what I'm doing, it's kind of like Peanuts or some other comic strip where you don't know why there's a dog sitting on top of a doghouse dressed as a World War I flying ace, like Snoopy, but you don't care because that strip is funny. So, and if you were to read the whole ones, you'd follow the story, and that would be great. But yeah, that's it. That's what the show has been. I so far have not dressed as a World War I flying ace, and I don't have a little yellow bird for a friend. What else can I say? It's gotten some good attention. Some people have even donated to the little. I'm trying to do the modern patronage thing, which is there is like a Venmo link on the YouTube video. It's just my name with a hyphen in the middle. And that's cool. I like that as opposed to either doing everything absolutely for free or needing a sponsor, which is another little thread last week and may continue. Waba Grill is a potential sponsor of the show. So yeah, I enjoy that. I like the discipline of doing something every day. It's kind of an interesting um, gauge of time during COVID to be like, holy crap, that was May 15th. That's how long it's been. Or like this past week just disappeared, and I was kind of amazed. Like, oh, I made a video every day, and still it seems like it was a 4-day long week somehow. Hey, it's Mike Moore saying, hey, dude, enjoy this series. Found your experience to be cathartic, and thank you. Yeah, right. It's to me the expected. I mean, there is something soothing, the comfort food of. Oh, have I found the experience to be cathartic? Yes, I have found it cathartic. I mean, in truth, I don't feel that I'm going as batty as the on-camera version of me is. But it's been, hey, I'm human. I have stresses like all of us. Yeah, cathartic. It's funny that I eventually, I guess, I got bored of being alone, and I created, the other character, the executive producer Lyle Gerber, who is sort of a foil. He's supposed to be helpful, but he's so inept, and then now he's chasing after those Waba Grill sponsor dollars that, it's how do you have drama without the conflict of, at first my insanity, and then not my insanity, but the guy I'm pretending to be. Yeah, I hope it's been weird and surprising. I doubt it's cathartic for anyone watching, but maybe it's a cool escape, something to wonder about. But here's something that I hope will interest you. I intend to keep going. Like I do care what my view numbers are, but even if they get low, stay low, and maybe that is to answer Mike Moore's question, that it is cathartic in that way. I don't think I've really done a daily creative output thing other than stand-up for many years, but certainly not in a public, continuous venue where someone would see it again and again. But it's going to keep coming. So if you're afraid that your new comic strip that you might, that this is, it's going to go away, hang in there. It's going to keep developing. And I think the other nice thing about it not being actually so far grounded in the new normal is the real new normal is that you can just jump back and look at old ones whenever you want, and it won't be an already stale issue. There won't be a President Mike Pence or Nancy Pelosi. It won't matter whether they are. I hope they are. Now that's something, and I'm interested if any of you have input and desire. Would you really like to hear me talk about the new normal? I mean, that's certainly something that interests me. I listen to the news all GD day long. That's part of why I even thought of the idea. Is I'm a total news junkie, which makes it more ironic that I really am not talking about the news. But I was trying to think of an example of the new normal. I had a whole list of ideas before I started the show. I thought about this for like 6 weeks before I pulled the trigger on it. Like, is the pun enough of new normal to really justify a whole show? And I thought of ideas like the new normal for all of us, for example. Dig the top knot. Hey, Kevin. See, Kevin, I know you're an issues guy. This is a dear old family friend / informal uncle. Those are special. You gotta have your non-blood uncles in your life and aunties. Yeah, right? We can talk about the new normal. I just figured as soon as the craziness of the show, that crested and ebbed, and I started talking about real issues, that it would be hard to go back. Once people get used to me talking about the issues in a sane and normal voice, you wouldn't need Lyle Gerber around, or even suffer his presence, or strange musical montages and 47-year-old Kmart jingles making me cry. I was proud of that week. I won't lie. I mean, okay, so back to Mike Moore's question. It has been cathartic. It's been really fun to kind of. There's like a little bit of like filmmaking stuff going on in here, and I haven't put out much in the way of videos since the early teens. Anyway, right? The new normal is kind of. This discussion format is interesting. I might make this a weekly thing, where it continues to be a creative, non-issue oriented thing on the shorter format ones, but maybe once a week it's not only talk about the issues, but do it in a way where there can be a little give and take with you guys. Mike says it's disconnected from reality. I've anticipated you'd eventually hit on current issues in your own time in a weird way that fits. Yeah, okay. You can infuse real issues with humor, the other side of them. Yeah, that's true. I will, in a weird way that fits with the show. I mean, I even started to do that this past week. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it's not like the new normal that has to do with COVID that we're all thinking about is the only new normal. There are other things that shifted and changed before and will continue to do so. And the sponsorship week was one manifestation of that. I mean, the fact that that's been happening for a long time, but the show's kind of Mark Maron was the vanguard of it. But like, yeah, we're living in a time when entertainment doesn't have to have sponsors, and I love that people actually do get it's in a way not that new. I was giving to my couple of my public radio stations for the 20 years since I moved to Los Angeles, not because it was free on my radio, but I wanted to support it, so it's related. Yeah, I don't know. And another thing about new normal is, the actual new normal that we're living in, is that it doesn't have to be political in nature. It's not all about that either. It's little things. It's so strange to be just sitting here alone in my living room here. Well, I'm not entirely alone. Hey, Claudia.
Hello.
Yes. And I got a SCOBY in the kitchen.
Oh, Scobie says hello.
You're ruining the arc. There's going to be a new character next week. I've been making kombucha, which requires the living organism called a SCOBY, and the SCOBY will be featured in the show. Cutaways and reaction shots and everything. What else? Okay, you like that it's disconnected from reality. All right, I think I can find a balance. I think I was sort of tiptoeing into it. Oh, here's a question for those who watch. Do you find you check it out every once in a while? Or with me, with other people's shows, there's certainly so many that I know are there. I know I like them, but I just don't, they're not part of my daily routine. Like my friend Bill Cott has, that's CHOTT. I recommend you check it out. It's called Live Jive. I think he does it every morning and has been doing it for some time. He's a funny dude, but I was tuning into it recently for the first time in a while. And I enjoyed that it was just very from the heart. It was, the name, I remembered it being a comedy thing. And he does characters on it sometimes, but maybe as my show will evolve this way too, he just, there's no rules, it can be whatever he wants. And his is on Facebook. It's a live stream, but it's all there to be found later. I did YouTube because I wanted it to reach a wider audience. And it's not as informal as just my phone in my kitchen. Today it is, but I do try to. I put on a tie for you people. I put on a tie in this sweltering heat. No one was asking you to put on a tie? Okay, well, then I did it for myself. What else? Any questions? Or am I going to have to think of an issue of the new normal? Here, I'll go look at my notes and see what the heck I was thinking about 3 months ago, 2 months ago. Huh? Why is the sky blue? Well, that's not really a new normal. That's an old normal. Huh. A crazy rumor that there's a Me Too claim against Snoop Dogg? It is alleged he said some misogynist things early on, in and throughout his career. Also that he was a pimp. Well, that's just all true. That's not really a new normal. I would just love if someone was surprised by that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm considering, here's a note for much further down the line, that I would have a substitute host, which is my drag persona, New Norma. Huh? Who wants to see New Norma?
Me.
And I don't know if I want to shave for that either, so it might be a pretty unconvincing drag performance. I'm a modern girl, yeah. Sorry, this was not that well planned out today. I just wanted to chat with you and explain what the show is. Did anyone see the language ones? I was proud of those. I had my friend John Koljak help me translate it into Croatian, and that was tricky. I was like, I could do more of these, but I could not. It was tough to memorize phonetically all that stuff. Podne normano. Podne is noon in Croatian. Physical distancing. Science actually has its sway. I think this is. I started getting bored by my own list of topics. I'm like, well, everyone's already talking about this. But yeah, it's a new normal that science actually has its sway. That that you. I think it was kind of largely born of the creepy new normal that came in with Trump, which is like you can just deny science and you can have something called alternative facts, and that a third of the electoral voting body doesn't blink at that notion. Like, yeah, we got our own alternative facts. Great, yeah. I don't want to drink from your facts fountain, so you can keep it. But now we're all not drinking from the same fountain of truth and COVID. All right, I did make one point the whole week where I was saying let's you have to take your time. That was meant to be sincere. I had to undermine my own joke by having Lyle Gerber interrupt it, my own non-joke. But I do think we all need to take our time. And I'll, since this is a behind the scenes, I'll give a little shout out to the person I borrowed that concept from. The idea of just staring kind of sincerely and affectionately in the camera and having it look kind of cool. There is a guy named Jason Gallant, Gallant, and he is, I think, Canadian. He has these really interesting videos that are about mindfulness and meditation, and he does a little bit of chanting. It's something my girlfriend is into, and you can watch him repeatedly, as you can the new normal, and enjoy it every time. But no, but he'll sometimes make some profound point and then just kind of pause, and he's on like a folding chair in the woods, and you're there weirdly. It works. It works. I don't know if it worked on my videos, but that's why Lyle had to come in and undermine it. Self-care is really important. Well, I would say no shit, but kind of we've come back to not realizing that and having to be told it again. All those things from the beginning, that you have to remind yourself that the reason you wear a mask is not for yourself alone, but really you have to think communally. That is a huge new normal. For some people, I think some people were thinking communally already. But see, it gets less funny when I care about it sincerely. It's hard to write a John Oliver type rant, who I love. He's great. Oh, another new normal. We finally see that everyone should have health care. And that ties into thinking communally, right? Because we don't each exist in a vacuum. We're all bacteria swimming around in the duodenum of the world, feeding each other's ecosystem. Does that gross anyone out? Large intestine? No. Okay. By the way, I've haven't done these lives very much. It's not showing me how many people are watching or not watching. So I mean, I can swipe to the side. Oh, actually, there's a little 3 at the top. Hello, 3 people. Probably Mike and Kevin and the silent majority. Fudge tracks for breakfast. Oh yeah, I was gonna eat a big thing of ice cream for breakfast to show how bad things have gotten. New normal. When you say Belushi, you mean Jim Belushi. Okay, the dude. John's been dead for like 38 years, so that's a new normal. I think that my new sponsor Jim Belushi can get behind. That we can finally not mean John Belushi when we say Belushi. All right. No other Belushi has come to take his crown in the meantime, right? So I think Jim just finally step out of the shadow of his brother. This is a running theme with me. For some reason, I like to heap scorn on Jim Belushi. There's something offensive about his middle brow presence. It's such a dickish thing to say. But he also seems like a dick, right? Let's agree on that. All right, I'll take your silence as agreement. A new normal. Your talk show taped at home on your iPhone is now equal to network talk show status. It's just true. That's another thing that made me do this. I'm like, oh, Stephen Colbert's setup doesn't look much fancier than mine. So I'm going to dive in and try this. What else? Is there anything that you find yourself thinking as you watch these shows? Like, he should have guests, or I really like that Kmart music montage, and I would like only that. He should stop talking entirely. Or just he should stop talking entirely, and then you click stop, and then that's the end of the show. No. Anyway, well, maybe we've set our piece here. It's been 23 minutes. We'll be back with more regular shows that are probably 2 to 4 minutes long, starting tomorrow. Back to the ridiculous world of me and Lyle Gerber and all that. But I think in a more organized way, a little more advanced noticed way. Is this time good? I think that I made it quite nice for the hypothetical people in England who could be watching this. I got a couple of people watching over there. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Me and my top knot and my SCOBY. Thank you for watching, and look forward to interacting with you more. All right. Bye, friends. How do I end this thing? Oh, bye.